All right.
Here we go. There's the best I can do, you guys, to let you see Ray Love. There he is.
What
Hi,
up? What
Ray.
up? What up?
What do you got to say to my peeps?
What's going on, peeps? How y'all doing? This is your Royal Highness, one of Shaptown's finest. If you think so, you like a horse with blinders. I'm Ray Love.
What's going on in your city that's my city?
Oh man, what's going on in Vegas? It looks like a ghost town.
Everybody's ghosting.
Exactly. I ain't even Casper. I'm ghost. I'm like, God, dog, man.
You're friendly though. You are friendly.
Oh,
So, what do you got? What do you want to say to people? How to stay sane?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in this coronavirus BS. I'm a man's man. I don't live in fear, and that's one of my pet peeves. I refuse to live in fear. I believe in being cautious and look out for things, but I'm not going to be living in fear to where I'm constantly and looking over my shoulder. Oh no, I can't live like that. Main thing I can say is, I just find it odd that people are so sanitary now because it's coronavirus BS. But I'm like, all these other diseases been out here. Now y'all want to be so sanitized and wearing the damn mask.
That's so true.
I just find it so backwards to me,
It's very backwards. Nobody said that before. That's hilarious.
Right.
So what are you doing to stay busy?
What I'm doing to stay busy, what I've been doing, I've been an entrepreneur. I've had a job in 20 plus properties.
Do you really?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I've been doing that for 3 years now, 3.5, and I love it.
That's fun. That's what I watch all the time is the DIY channel. HG.
Okay.
Do you watch any of those shows?
I'm not a big TV watcher, Linda. It's like in the morning I may look at somewhat of the news be too negative for me. I try to, look at the local stuff, what's going on, and I may look at Kelly and Ryan a little bit. I don't really watch TV. I'm not a big TV watcher.
Now, who do you like better, Kelly or Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, they both fine, I guess. I did like when Michael Strahan was on. I felt like he was a better co-host. That's just my opinion.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him on there, and I don't know why he's not, but whatever.
Okay, right.
Yeah. What else do you watch on TV?
That's pretty much it. I would look at like the Property Brothers because I'm into that.
They're from Vegas.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're right here.
That's awesome. I may, watch a lot of Netflix. I look at different documentaries and movies on Netflix. I'm a big movie guy. I love movies, and then when I can, I try to get my read in because I'm an avid reader.
Oh, well, what kind of movies do you like?
Well, of course, me being comedian and comedy. I love dramas. Because acting is my first love. You may not know. I love dramatic roles. I love, good dramas play. I like love movies,
Nice.
I don't like to watch movies that's too depressing. Of course, I like action movies, martial arts, things like that. I like this good movie I'm going to watch.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie and who's your favorite comedian of all time?
My favorite comedian of all time. First, let me ask the first question. My favorite movie of all time?
Yeah.
My favorite movie, it's hard to say, so many. One, it was shot in my hometown called Love Jones. I can watch that movie over and over and over again. With Lorenz Tate and Nia Long. That's one of my favorite movies. I love it. The acting was good. It was a very good love story. I love that. My favorite comedian of all time, in my opinion, is Robin Harris. He was in House Party. He passed away 30 years ago, and he's originally from Chicago. He's my favorite.
I'll have to go watch that. Robert Harris. I'll write it down.
Robin, R-I-B-O-N Harris.
Okay. Wonderful. I'll have to go make sure I look at that.
Yeah. He had a bit that he talked about called Bebe's Kids. Very funny.
It was called what?
Bebe, Bebekids, Bebe's Kids. And his motto was, we don't die, we multiply. I just thought he was hilarious, you know.
You know, I had a rough day because I flooded my apartment. And when I went down to write down Robin Harris, I spilt my coffee.
Oh, man. God, dude. Oh, my goodness.
And they say it comes in threes. What next?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't even clean it up because I'm holding the phone with one hand.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
So you flip houses. Now, when you're flipping houses, do you use your comedy at any point in a flip?
No, I don't. I mean, it's not, I have ran into people that when I don't. I mean, one time I was doing a seminar and I was talking something and I used a couple of little good sense of humor, but I'm not gonna get up there and do a whole 5 or 7 minutes of stand up. No, I try to stay away from that as much as possible.
So I live in a motel that's it's an old motel that is just for veterans.
Okay.
And
so you for a living, Linda? That's all I want to know.
I'm retired. I was a banker.
Okay.
And I'm a banker with a brain injury, but my brain injury is a lot better.
Oh, that's good to hear.
You know.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. And so I live here with veterans, and I go downstairs. If they're in a good mood, I practice on them.
Oh, really?
They're not in a good mood that often.
Oh, really? You're not in a good mood that often, huh?
Veterans like to be grouchy.
Oh, yeah? Wow. I know I did an older crowd. They was a little tough. I did kids before. I did a lot of different audiences. My brain injury is a lot better. You know? Yeah. And so I live here with veterans, and I go downstairs. If they're in a good mood, I practice on them.
What in the world is that about?
That was me listening to the interview.
Oh. I thought my phone.
What is that?
I hate my voice.
Oh, my.
This is how I have to do it.
Okay, no problem. She's like, nah, because you heard me the back now.
Yeah. Is there any way to turn it off?
Yeah, I turned it off.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, I said let me turn that off.
So where does somebody like you come from originally?
Okay. All right. I'm born and raised on the south side of Chicago. That's where I'm from.
Wow.
It's for 8.5 years.
And so when you were in Chicago, I hear stuff in the background. When you were in Chicago, you said you did acting?
Oh, yeah, I did acting, did comedy, yeah. I started my comedy career in Chicago.
Did you go towards the Saturday Night Live comedy?
Saturday Night Live? I'm not understanding.
Don't they have Groundlings or?
Oh, no. They do have a club. They do have a school called Second City.
That's it.
Yeah, Second City. Now, what I did, I did want to go there because it was interesting, and it's because I did improv here in Vegas, and it was super fun. I enjoyed it.
I want to do improv again. I did it once. Love it.
Yeah, did Zanies many times in Chicago, and Zanies is right around the corner from Second City, because a lot of greats came from it. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Bill Murray, this goes on.
Zanies is like the place in Chicago to do comedy.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Yes, it is. I performed there many times. They have one on 1540 North Wales. That's the one I performed there so many times.
Wow. How come haven't I ever heard your comedy? You should be on more shows before the shutdown. Holy crap.
Well, I ask myself the same thing, Linda. Appreciate it. It's hard to say. As a comedian, I've always questioned that, but my thing is, I'm friendly, but I'm not friendly. What I mean by that is, I have no problem talking to club owners. I have no problem giving them my package, reaching out to them. But I don't want to manage my integrity.
Yep.
Just to get to a certain status in entertainment on anything. I enjoy comedy. I enjoy the art form. I feel like I'm a student of it, and I'm really progressing. And it's something I'm passionate about. That's why I call myself Ray Love. On the same note, if a person's not interested in booking me, then I'm not going to, tackle them to book me. It's just not that serious. I'll just either make my own way or go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'll go my way.
Well, everybody that knows your comedy knows that you're supers. They don't say you're funny. They use adjectives.
Wow, thank you. I'm flattered. I appreciate that.
I hope some of these club owners and bookers that are on here around the country will book you, and take my word for it that you come very highly recommended.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But I have been booked at a lot of places. I have, and I appreciate that those that have booked me.
Yeah.
I don't give me best, but I appreciate anything you want to let me have.
Yeah.
So, saying where I may have been overlooked, I've been loved. And I've had people book me, and it's been awesome. I appreciate it. So I appreciate, I've had the good, the bad, but it's been more good though. So I don't have any sour grapes about it.
Yeah, that's great. I know when I moved here from Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And the town is young people, and the LGBTQ people have most of the shows.
Really? Okay.
And I'm straight, and I'm older, and so it's when I came here on a visit, I thought, you know what, I need to move here because there's older people, and it's not just LGBTQ people in charge.
Okay. How long have you been here in Vegas?
About 4.5. This is my 5th month paying rent.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't flood an apartment till the 5th month, evidently.
Flood to the 5th, huh?
I paid my rent. What do you want?
Right. Say that 5th month got a flooding.
So, before the shutdown, did you have 1,000 gigs that were canceled?
No. My man Steve McAnally, who's from who does the Rolling Smoke.
Yes.
Good guy, very funny guy. Him and his wife, Carla.
Yes.
He had booked me for the show on April the 8th, which was supposed to be this month, and it passed. But of course, because of this coronavirus stuff, I wasn't able to be booked. Because I did the contest there at the Rolling Smoke.
I was there, wasn't I?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't heard you. That's right.
No.
I must have. I was out sick. I have to hear you.
Oh yes, ma'am. You will. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what do you want to accomplish when you get back? Is there anything in your comedy that you want to accomplish that's brand?
Well, it's many things I want to accomplish, Linda. First of all, I want to definitely have my own comedy special. I definitely want that, a number of them. I definitely want to maybe do a comedy tour with a couple of great comedians that I feel that I like to, do a comedy tour. I would like to do some movies.
Ooh.
Comedy sketches. That's on my plans.
Nice. Very nice. So, when you were growing up, when did you first get the inkling you wanted to do comedy?
Oh man, I had to be about 5 or 6 years old because I was a class clown. I was silly. because I love Woody Woodpecker. And oh my! Because till I was about 13, I thought Woody Woodpecker was real, and my mom was like, "Damn it, he ain't real." And I was like, "This boy is crazy." Oh, and I was just, I just was very quick with it. I was doing impressions, I was just, playing it. And my father, what the hell is this? What's wrong with this boy? Is he nuts? I was a big kid. I loved, dolls, the long range. I had a ventriloquist doll, a dummy. And I was just a creative kid. And my parents, they knew there was something strange about it. They was like, I don't know if this boy need to go to the middle institute. What?
That's so funny. Did you have teachers that thought you were nuts?
Yeah, because I was kind of disruptive. Not as much, but I was a little bit disruptive, because either the class would be so boring and I just have to just do something just to get some fun. I either do a silly laugh, I go, laugh. Everybody's dying laughing. They're like, oh, they go to the principal, you better cut it out.
Did you get sent to the principal a lot like I did?
Somewhat, because I never forget. I remember I had a substitute teacher, and he thought I was from Africa because I was a little kid and I was doing my African accent. And the audience know we are not from this country. I said, "It is so good to be here. You are a substitute teacher. I do not know how you do your job." And then I was telling I was from Kenya, and people in the class was crying. They were like, "Please, stupid man. He ain't from no damn Africa."
What makes me think I can interview you and hold a phone still?
I have no idea.
What's the funniest thing you've experienced when you've been at a comedy show?
The funniest thing I've experienced? Well, like, I don't laugh. I hate to see anybody fail, but it's like, I get humor out of irony. Like, I laugh when comedians say stuff that don't match them. Like, it's an overweight comedian, and they say, "Well, I did get on the diet," and I just start laughing. And that just be so funny to me. I just be laughing.
I remember when I was on Steve McAnally's show, and you were in the audience, I just said my first premise, and you were laughing. And I was like, what am I doing here? Like,
because what else is ironic? Like, I find other movies funny that people don't, because it was a movie. Like, comedian's gonna get there. He gonna talk. It's a movie called The Boy. It came out 4 years ago, and it was so hilarious to me. It was about this older white couple. They had a doll named Brom. And they was treating this doll like a kid, and they had a caretaker to take care of a doll. I was laughing in that movie theater so hard. Everybody in the movie theater was dying laughing, even the ushers. I was just cracking up laughing. That movie was so funny to me, and I bought the movie, and I was watching it. Everybody cracking. They were like, I did see that movie. It was kind of funny. It's funny to me because it's like, they made the lady, they say, "Here's Rob." And she was laughing. They made her shake his head. I said, "What is this fool?" I was in the movie theater, dying laughing. Everybody was cracking up laughing at me because she up here letting the doll listen to classical music and read him books, asking him what he think. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker can't answer back, man. Everybody in the movie theater was dying.
Oh my gosh. So who inspired your comedy?
Who inspired my comedy? You mean personally, or who are some comedians that are like my comedy heroes I looked up to?
Yeah, like the comedy heroes and who in life. Do it both ways.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, great. These are my comedy heroes. This is Ray Love, Mount Rushmore comedy. My Mount Rushmore comedy is this. First of all, Robin Harris. Second, it's Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Third, Eddie Murphy. Fourth, Richard Pryor. And lastly, Bernie Mac.
Wow.
That's my George Carlin, Eddie Griffin. It's so many others. Sam Kinison, Chris Rock. I'm just a fan of the art form.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. I enjoy Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
I just like funny people. Moms Mabley.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Now we're going.
Yeah. I love those classics. I've always thought. That I would look at shows like Three's Company. I thought Jackie Gleason was hilarious.
I did too.
Rodney Dangerfield. Oh gosh.
Yes. That was the best. And who in life helped you along and inspired?
Who in life did? I gotta be real. My guy Whistle, Ellis Wynn. He is one dude that really, really inspired me to do comedy. Because I had many other people always tell me, man, you should be a stand-up comedian. I was saying that damn near all my life. But then he was just the man who just kept it with it. I'm like, this dude keeps sweating me about this. So then, like I said, 18 years going on, 17 and a half, 18 years ago, October 17th, 02, I tried it at Riddle's Comedy Club. It was in a suburb called Tinley Park of Chicago. I tried it, did good. Came back and, rock, I did bomb a lot. I got booed before and, rocked them these shows. And it's like, here I am, start from the bottom. Now I'm here in Vegas.
Yes. So what club in Vegas have you not performed at that you want to get on?
Okay. I would love to perform at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club inside of the MGM. I would love to perform at the Improv and the Harris. I would love to perform at the Laugh Factory with my man Shane, who's my big brother comedy, who I love, who I open up for here at. This is like, 6.5, 7 years ago when I met him before. I met him at LA Comedy Club, and I had opened up for him back in September of 03 at this place called City Lights. And I was a feature, and it was on the radio, and it was a commercial. People heard it, and my father, rest in peace, he heard the commercial. I heard about you being doing some comedy on the radio. And they had to fly out, and it was a packed house. Had other people. I went up, featured, did 25 minutes, rock for some people came up. Then Shane did for like 45 minutes and killed it.
Yeah. He doesn't let people on with him who aren't stellar, so that says a lot for you. Shane had you.
I appreciate that, and he, been knowing him ever since then. Just been telling me to keep doing my thing. I appreciate that about him. He like my big bro in comedy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yes, it is.
So, I think that I don't like to be around comics unless they're breathing life to others.
Oh, I heard that. I like that. Man, breathing life to others. I guess well, I had one comic who was doing that, but his breath was so bad, I almost passed out. So I. No, y'all silly. The thing is, another thing with me is, it's like, I've noticed this, that I don't want to talk negative, but this is something I really have acknowledged, and I'm very observant, that this entertainment, it just seems like we all trying to, I would hope we all trying to be successful, but it just seems like some people are it's very cliquish, and it's cutthroat, and it's like they had this by any means necessary attitude. I will bump you to the side, or so you can't surpass me. And I'm like, if you supposed to be so talented and so cold, why'd you be worried about somebody like me or this person or that person? I just found it to be so ironic to me.
Yes. And, like Shang, for instance, he puts people on who are just as funny as he is.
Right.
Where other people will sandbag and put people on that are no threat.
Exactly.
And that's...
Right.
Or put your friends on.
Right.
Put on...
Go ahead. Because comedian who I know is not funny to me, who is hilarious, a guy by the name of Tyler Craig, a young black man. He's from Atlanta. I met him. I did a show him. We've been cool ever since. He remembers somewhat. But anyway, I've heard him. He was on Comedy Hype. He said that, I don't want to say the comedian's name, a very well-known comedian. he got a standing ovation. And the comedian was very angry with him. And but the well-known comedian who headlined got a standing ovation and told him, "You need your own show." And I'm like, I thought the man did his job, and he was just very, thrown back on it. And the same thing happened again with a different well-known comedian. And I'm like, why are you mad because I'm shining? I'm like this. The sun gonna shine on everybody. It mean it's gonna shine on one person for so long.
That's right. Anything that I've ever gotten in life has come my way because I'm looking out for others.
That's great. That's great.
I don't want anything else.
Right. And the thing with me is, I'm a people person. I don't have this angry, good attitude. I used to get angry and frustrated at times. But my thing is, I had to, as one of my favorite rappers, Ice Cube, I had to check myself before I wreck myself. What that means is I had to pump my brakes and not develop this bitter attitude, but become better. Put in more work, have a stronger work ethic. I had to also make sure I watch who I hang around. And just, as we say, step my game up and just keep working hard. And just keep working on my craft as a stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
That's the best I can do.
Because like in Portland, when my comedy was starting to get better, I wasn't getting booked.
Uh-huh.
And it was, you can either get bitter or you can just dig deep and get better.
There you go. And my thing is this also too, I look like this, like I was in Chicago and I did a lot of clubs. I never did do did a lot of clubs. And I was getting booked here and there. And I also did a lot of out of town stuff. But I noticed that because I had, I can't believe how long, 13 years ago, I went out to the Funny Bone. They had, they used to do this contest every month. You pay $5 to perform. And this is in March of 2007. And they had a comedy contest. And the winner won $50. Guess who won?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was so happy. They was like, from Chicago, and I said, yes. I was teary-eyed, I'm glad. And I got booked around, so they was like, what you doing next month? I'm like, what you got? They booked me to feature, opened up for this guy named Billy D. Washington, who's from Texas. And I'm cool still here. Always gave me good pointers, told me love my energy, told me just keep on,
Wow.
Man, that's great.
Well, I won a contest in Portland at Harvey's Comedy Club.
Oh, I know about that. Yeah, really? Oh, congratulations. That's nice.
Yeah, I was there doing interviews for their comedians and teaching. Anyway, my comedy has only gotten funny in the last 6 months, really. And so when I was there, I won this contest. And I donated the money to Debbie Wooten. Do you know Debbie Wooten, the comedian in Portland in the wheelchair?
I know that name, Debbie Wooten.
Yeah. She's open for Arsenio Hall and...
yeah, I know that name,
Yeah. So I donated the money to her and gave it to the booker, and he kept the money.
Wow.
Holy crap. I was in the middle of a big old problem, and I didn't want to be a part of it.
Wow.
I'm kind of glad to be away from Portland.
But I found out, it's kind of like this, kind of like you can begin your life living in an apartment, but pretty soon you get a larger family, you have to move and upgrade to a 3-bedroom and a home.
Yep. You got to keep it pushing, right?
Exactly. Because like Chicago's my home, I love it, but I just feel like I've done all I could, and it was just time for me to leave on. Plus, I wanted a warmer climate, because, that snow in Chicago. And called the Windy City for nothing.
Well, we talked quite a bit. We've been in here a half hour.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, 29 minutes and 14 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're easy to talk to.
Oh, great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm so glad that I reached out to you to get back to me after I interviewed Ellis Wynn.
Oh, yes, my dude.
Yeah,
yes.
That was a fun interview.
I bet it was.
Two last things.
Yes.
How has the pandemic made you a better person?
the band that made me a better person. Well, I would say maybe, I guess, reach out to family more, because, you know, at times like this, you know, one of my partners good friend of mine from Chicago, his older sister passed away, and I mean,
Sorry.
we all were close. And I've been talking with my sisters and things of that nature. Maybe think about, you know, loved ones more, and not to take anything for granted. And plus, tomorrow's not promised, so enjoy every day.
Yes. I have a daughter that hasn't spoken to anybody in the family for 6 years.
Wow, for real?
For real, dog. And so every single day, it's like a nightmare.
Wow.
Yeah.
My thing is this, Linda. I'm a person that I'm very honest, but I don't like being around toxic, negative people. And the second I see you have some toxic in you, I mean, we all are negative to some degree, but it's like when you way more negative than positive, Ray cannot be in your company. I'm sorry. I don't care what your status is. I cannot be around you at all.
I love it.
Now, maybe if it's a family member, I may reach out to them, but I'm going to keep them within, as we say, arm's length, but I'm not going to really be in your company a lot or coming to any family gatherings. Oh no.
That's wonderful.
I cannot be around that toxic negative. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's great. So my last question, a favor I have, as we are right before we hang up, there's a lot of people out there suffering, comics and janitors, everybody.
Exactly.
So as a comedian who sees things differently, what do you have to say for people to stay positive? Like, what's something that they will remember you by?
One thing I can say is this: don't live in fear. You know, don't live in fear. You know, pop your bottles like it's the new year. I don't know. That's kind of corny. I think I'm like, oh, no. But my thing is this: I can say is this: speak into existence positivity, because, like that old saying, a lot of old people say, "Boy, watch what you say, because what you say can come to reality." If you keep saying to yourself, "I know I'm gonna make it out of this," and if you say that and manifest it, then it will, more than likely, it will come. I say speak positivity into existence. Know that this is just only an obstacle, a roadblock to maneuver over. And when you do maneuver over it, you may sprain your ankle, but pretty soon or later, you're going to stretch yourself out and you're going to be walking back even better than you was before.
I love it. You're awesome. I love you. I loved you from the minute I saw you.
Thank you. I love you back.
Thank you. I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks a lot, Linda. Appreciate it. Catch you later. Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Bye. Ray, love you guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace. That was great.
Thank you.